If you clicked on this video, then that means you're probably some sort of car guy or car girl, or you do some sort of automotive video, photos, whatever it may be, and you're wanting to know if this is worth the money. And that's what we're gonna go over today. If you have any sort of social media, whether it be Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, then you know about the whole hype around the new DJI Osmo Pocket 3 and the absolute insane videos that people are posting of their rollers and all that stuff. And when I first started looking into this to see if it was worth the money, I was looking on YouTube, and a majority of the reviews that I found were like just the generic, like, oh, 4K travel pocket camera, where me personally don't care. This is really just gonna be used for car stuff, for rollers and stills and stuff like that. So I decided, I'm gonna make my own video. So that's what I'm doing. Because if you guys follow me or seen any of my stuff, you know that normally, my chair, this is my normal rig. And I'm sure you can imagine this hanging out back of a car or the side of a car, this gets heavy. This is probably like a solid 20 pounds. And I mean, yes, you are using a full frame camera and the quality is amazing, but now you can get it with this. Honestly, the quality is very comparable. Comparable? I don't know. The downside with this though, compared to this, is you have one focal length wide. For this, you can go in and out. But this setup is also more than twice as much as this setup. So if you are on a budget, or you're a budget content creator, or you just want a solid, like, good quality rollers, but you're tired of your iPhone rollers, but you don't want to spend the money on one of these, so you see these, so you're trying to figure out if this is worth money. Long story short, my opinion, absolutely. We're gonna go over the camera, the features, and my list of the things that I personally have for it for my setup, and I'll have the links to all of the stuff that I bought for it in the description below, so if you guys want to copy my setup, go for it. I'm not going to gatekeep like a lot of these other guys are. Alright, so let's talk about the Pocket 3. The camera itself, not the creator combo, comes in at around $519 without tax. The creator combo comes in at almost $700. So I chose to go with just the camera itself because I was able to get the last one in my area for Best Buy, and I personally didn't need the creator combo just because of what I'm using it for, but to each their own. It is a tiny little, see it, focus, a tiny little 4K 60 and 3K 24 camera. It's pretty cool. So, funny little side story is, like, 3 years ago, I had the original Osmo Pocket, and I did what everybody's doing now, where you suction cup it to the back of a car, and then you just look at it on your phone and control it on your phone while you get your rollers. I did that years ago, so I'm self-claiming that I started the trend before it was even a trend. I just never posted the video up until like recently, just because it became a thing. Ooh. Hee hee hee. Boop. Oh. Yep. Yep. Ha ha ha. Yep. Ha ha ha. Oh yeah.
Getting stronger. This is how legends are made. Above it all, untouchable. A new animal. This is how legends are made.
Yeah, but 4K, I think it'll do higher frame rate when you're shooting horizontal. When you're shooting vertical, it basically takes that horizontal image and it just crops it to 3K. So in all reality, you could take your 4K and just move the camera like this, and now you're shooting 4K 60 and you still have that vertical for social media, because that's what I'm covering, because a lot of people are using this for social media now. So I had to get one for myself to test it out, and honestly, I'm very impressed. DJI has come a long way with their pocket since I had the original one. So what I will recommend is this guy here. It is the K&F Concept. It's the UV CPL ND filter set. These run about 44 bucks on Amazon. They're on sale right now, they're 20% off. This is gonna be your ND and CPL filters. I have 2 of them out because cool little feature, oops. Cool little feature is if you look, let's see if it'll focus, come on. Oh, you can't even really see, there you go. So it has a little magnetic spot in the case where you can put filters and stuff, because if you look on, look on this now, come on, focus. Look on that, I do have, right now I'm just running a normal CPL filter because I've been doing a lot of sunset rollers with it, so I didn't need an actual ND CPL, which is what this pack comes with. It comes with one regular CPL, it comes with, I want to say that's just a protective, and then it comes with ND CPL combos, so it'll give you your ND filter so you can run a lower shutter speed, as well as giving you that CPL filter. That way you take away the glare off of the hood and the windshield. So the nice thing about them is, yeah, let me skip forward. If you look, it's just a little magnetic. Boom, magnetizes, and that's it. Next, we're gonna talk about the mount. I got this one, it's called Sunny Life off Amazon. It was 16 bucks. Reason being I got this is because I've been seeing some reviews and stuff that the mount that grabs the bottom of the Osmo Pocket has been known to failing. And speaking of it, I've already lost it because I can't find it. But they have been known to failing, and if I'm spending this much on this small of a camera, I'm gonna make sure it's secure to the car and the thing's not going anywhere. So I got this guy. It's cheap. What it does is the pocket just sits in there like that, comes around the back side, clamps in, and boom. And you have 2 points of mounting. So you can either mount it here and then mount it here. The reason I got this one is because it has the 2 mounts, which you'll see in a second once I have it all set up. I have the suction cup mount, grab it here, and then I made a safety tether that grabs it on the bottom, and that safety tether is an extra string or tether that goes to the car, just in the small chance this one breaks or the suctions come undone or whatever it may be. Suctions, don't care. This I care about. So this will at least, it'll flop around and hit the car, which they are known to be fragile. So try not to drop it. Side note, get a screen protector. They're like 9 bucks on Amazon. Get them, because if not, you will regret it if you do drop it. So it might get banged around a little bit if it were to fall, but I would still at least have it. It wouldn't be in the middle of a highway being run over by semis and stuff. Would recommend, 10 out of 10. I've already used it before, and so far it's holding up. Mount. This is the mount that I have. It's the Delkin 3 suction mount. If you are a car guy or whatever, you have, and if you do have like an Insta360 or GoPro 360, then you've probably seen these, because a lot of people use this and mount this to the back of their windshield, and then they take the long stick that goes up in the air and has the 360 cam. This was one of the more expensive parts of the setup. This is like 85 bucks, but again, spending this much on this little camera, you're gonna not want to cheap out on anything else, because this is what determines whether this lives or not. And I'm OCD about my cameras being secure. So 3 suctions, goes to the car, you just push up against the car, and then you push that down, push that out, and it's like that. So this will suction to the body of the car, and this guy will be hanging here, getting the video. Which leads me to my next part of the mount. Safety tether. You can do what you want for a safety tether. I was bored at work one day, and I took one of those Harbor Freight magnets, heated up the hook part, bent it around, and then I took some 40-pound cable wire and I tripled it up and put it in a drill, put one end on like a pair of pliers, whatever, twisted it together to make one big strong cable. And then I also have a little carabiner on the other. So basically, when this is suctioned into your car, this magnets to your car, which I have tested these magnets. It was a wheel bearing slash hub assembly, and I put it up against the lift at work and I hung it from the carabiner, and I'll throw that clip up here. As you can see, it holds it, it doesn't slip at all. So if it can hold up that wheel bearing and hub assembly, then it'll be able to hold this little, not even a pound camera if it were to fall off or the mount were to break off this. And this itself weighs nothing. So this can definitely hold this. If you're lazy and don't feel like making your own, hit me up on Instagram. This is where, let me scoot in here, get real nice and personal. So this is where that bottom mount comes into play. So now, boom, this is attached to the car. This is magnetized to the car. So now you have that tether. It's on the bottom for if this or this entire assembly were to fall off. That's pretty much it as far as that setup goes. Another thing, if you buy the Creator Combo, it comes with the DJI Mic 2. Since I obviously didn't get the mic. I may buy the mic eventually because the mic, you can stick it on the car's bumper that you're filming, close to the exhaust, and you can get really good exhaust sound clips. I'm testing out some different ways. I picked this up on Amazon. Oops. I still have yet to try it, so. Oh, there it is. Focus, camera, focus, hello. There. This is what comes with the Osmo Pocket. So this guy just clips into it like that, and boom, you got your 1/4-20 screw. So I mean, you can use this if you don't want to spend it on the other mount. I've used it before, it holds up. I've just heard that these are known to failing, and I really don't want to find out. But anyways, back on subject. I got this guy. You have your Bluetooth transmitter, and you have a little lav mic. It'll actually, so what it does is this guy will plug in down here, and then you turn this mic on. You'll see that flashing. You turn the camera on. They will flash until both go green. Where is it? Okay, so now it's solid green, so that means this is now picking up audio. So we'll just go ahead and switch over to this. So now you can hear, like, this is obviously picking up the sound, because if I get really close and loud, it's gonna start getting all blown out. But I'm gonna test this out on cars to see. I mount this somewhere around the exhaust, see how well it picks up the sound, see if it makes the sound blown out, sound like crap, like whatever. I'm gonna test this out. I will have a link in the description for the Amazon link of where I got it, for if you guys are interested in trying it for yourself. Yeah, so I have yet to try this, but we'll see how it goes. And now we'll go back to the camera. It comes with a little wind buffer that just, there we go. It just clamps on. This might be smart to use, just to take out any wind noise. So that's what I'm running for a mic setup, or that's what I'm going to be running for a mic setup. I haven't yet tried it on getting car audio. We're gonna find out. It also comes with two, so you can pair both of them to the Osmo Pocket together. And if your car is boosted, you take one mic, put it under the hood near your wastegate or blow-off valve, take the other mic, put it over by your exhaust. So now you're catching the noise out of your exhaust, and you're also catching all those noises and stuff under the hood. So that's another reason why I'm trying this over spending. This I paid. Bruh. This is why you buy that screen protector. I'm gonna sit this away from my elbow. I paid a whopping $23 for it on Amazon. The link will be in the description. So if you want to try it out for yourself, go for it. I think that's pretty much it as far as the camera itself and the mounting. Now we're gonna move to the inside setup. So one of the nice things about shooting with an Osmo Pocket for rollers instead of like a big camera rig like I have is you don't have to rely on someone to drive for you. unless like you're wanting rollers of your own car, then yeah, you'll need a driver. Once you have that suction mount on the back of the car, you can go in the driver's seat, and if you download the DJI Mimo app, you can Bluetooth transmit what the camera sees onto your phone, tablet, whatever. I personally picked this up from like just a used cell phone store or whatever for like 115 bucks. It's an iPad 6. I picked this up because if you're connected to the camera on your phone, then you can only be on the camera. One of the issues I was having was my car has CarPlay. So it would bounce back and forth between CarPlay and the app, CarPlay and the app, and it got annoying. And when I'm doing rollers of my subject, since I can't be hanging out the car, giving them hand signals like come closer, back away, like all that stuff, I want to be on the phone with them. So I bought the iPad, that way I can mount this up in my car by my windshield. I have the entire screen nice and big so I can see what I'm capturing, and then my phone, I'm on the phone with whoever I'm taking rollers of, that I can be like, hey, go far right lane, come closer, back off, like stay where you are, I want a side shot, I want a front shot. I can just do it all on the phone with them, which makes life 100 times easier. Really, any iPad will work as long as it's updatable, I believe, and you can download the app. So for mounting it, I have this guy. It's just a single suction, which is all you really need for the iPad. So I have this mounted up in my windshield. Then I also got iPad mount, which is pretty self-explanatory. You just, boom. Now you have a giant screen to be able to view your rollers on. This mount I got on Amazon for $12.95. Super cheap. Also, if you have an iPad or you're gonna get an iPad, get a slim protective case, just because there's always a possibility of the suction failing. And also, get a screen protector. Don't be that person that walks around with their iPhone in their pocket and pulls it out with no case, no screen protector, expecting to never drop it, because you're gonna drop it. You're gonna drop it. There's always a chance that this will fail. And if it does, you don't wanna crack screen, because that'll just ruin your day. That is my screen setup. All in all, for my entire setup that I have, I'm around the high $700 range. Which honestly, for a rig that will shoot 4K, will shoot vertical, will shoot horizontal, and gives you the ability to be a one-man rig for rollers especially, to me it's a really good deal. Because I think if I were to finish out my actual chaser rig that I want to build, the only other way to do it is to actually have a camera rig, and for that you're looking thousands of dollars to do proper safe chaser rig where you're actually able to sit inside the car with your controller, view your screen, get your footage. But even if you're hanging out the car, to get quality footage you need a nice camera, you need a good gimbal, you need to trust yourself, you need a monitor screen. Well, you don't need it, but it's definitely good to have, because when you're hanging out the car you don't want to be trying to look around your gimbal to see your tiny little LCD screen. So it is good to have an actual monitor, but for that you're in the thousands of dollars to get a proper chaser rig, or even just a good rig for rollers. I met up with my buddy Guido, and he's got a wide-body 5.0, and at the time, because my new mount came yesterday, the mics came yesterday, and I made my tether yesterday. So those are the things that I didn't have on the car at the time that I was shooting his rollers. When I was shooting his rollers, I was doing the absolute bare minimum. I was using the stock clamp that comes with the Osmo Pocket and the 3 suction cup mount. And that's all I was running as far as the mount for this. So we're gonna cut over to 2 days ago when I shot Guido's car, and I'll give you guys some in-car POV of how the app works, my setup inside the car, so what you'll be seeing, what I'm seeing as I'm driving, getting Guido's rollers, and how the camera works and the app functions and all that, and to control all your exposure settings and all that good stuff. So we'll cut over to that right now. Okay, so we have the Osmo Pocket. I am missing a couple things. I'm working on making a magnetic tether, so I'll have a magnet that actually goes and magnets to the car with a tether that'll go to the mount that's on the way for the Osmo Pocket. The only other thing I am missing is the Mov Max Z-axis arm, but this is kind of the budget minimalist, what you're gonna like. If you're on a budget but you're wanting quality rollers, this is what you're gonna be getting right here. So it's just a Gorilla mount with a 3 suction mount, because I've seen a lot of people doing it with the 1, but I personally don't trust just 1 suction. So I did the 3 mount, and then it's just the stock arm that comes on it and then mounts up to the Osmo Pocket that's actually attached to it. So we're gonna take Guido's car. He's gonna be my roller car that I'm taking videos of today. We are in a rush because the sun is setting currently. So I'm gonna turn this on. I'm gonna get this hooked up to the iPad set up inside, which I will then transition over to the GoPro on my head. That way you guys get a POV of me driving, what I'm seeing on the iPad, and then what the iPad's seeing of Guido. So we'll transition to the GoPro. All right, so we are here. We're gonna open the DJI Mimo app. Go ahead and start the car, turn that all the way down. I don't, oh, there we go. So it doesn't give like a full screen for whatever reason. This is what the iPad sees when you're connected to the Mimo app. I would recommend getting an iPad, even if it's slightly older, just because when you're doing your rollers of people, you're gonna wanna be on the phone with them. That way you can direct them, since you're not hanging out the car, being able to give them like hand signals going forward, backwards, stay where you are, flyby, stuff like that. So I would recommend it, especially if your car has CarPlay, because it'll jump back and forth between your car and the Osmo. That's one thing I noticed when I was trying to do it on my phone. And you can't be on the phone with the person. So, hence why I would highly recommend getting an iPad or an iPod, whatever, just something, a secondary screen. That way you can have the Pocket connected to one thing, and then you can be communicating with them on your phone. So basically you just highlight your subject and you press record, and literally that's it. And then you'll just communicate with, through your subject, what you want them to do. So scoot, come closer, like come further up, but stay in your lane. Keep coming, keep coming. Come into the lane next to me and scoot closer. Keep coming. Get like almost up on my quarter panel. So as far as settings, what I have is, since I'm doing the vertical instead of turning the entire Osmo horizontal, I have it set to vertical mode, so it's only doing 3K. You can do 3K 60 or 3K 24. I'm doing 3K 24 just so you get that more of a blur look in the road as you're driving. Gives it more of a cinematic type look. There is a popo. So yeah, I'm shooting 3K 24. I am running a CPL filter. I'm not running an ND, just because it's sunset, so there's no need to run an ND filter. Your CPL is what takes away the sunlight glare off of the hood and the windshield, so it brings back the color instead of just being all blown out in color from the glare. And then your ND filter allows you to darken your image while not having to raise your shutter speed, making this road blur not like, it's more choppy, it's not as smooth and cinematic. One thing I do notice is the connection between the Pocket and the iPad. There is a little bit of lag, so it's not like perfectly smooth, but that's okay. As long as I know my subject's in frame and the camera's tracking it, that's all I really care about. Dude, these look golden. Go far lane. Yeah. Money, baby. Now scoot up, scoot closer, or like scoot forward. More. Get almost side by side with me. Yeah. So every once in a while it will lose him, so all you do is just tap it, re-highlight him, and boom, he's back in full frame. So it's super easy, super user-friendly. It's pretty much dummy proof. As long as you can like work an app, you're pretty golden with it. I'm really impressed with it. Now scoot up. So I want to get like a close-up of your wheel and the Y body. Yeah. I'm getting a close-up of the Y body and your wheel. Nice. Let me reframe that. There we go. For not having the Z-axis arm, it's actually really stable. I'm surprised. So now I'm shooting in horizontal, but this also gives us a good like kind of test to see how it does in like more of a low light situation. So, and honestly, like as you can see, it looks pretty freaking good, to be honest. Like, I'm not noticing a ton of noise, but obviously I can't fully tell because it's on the iPad and not like the actual video itself, but it looks really good and really clean. Guido's still in focus. It hasn't jumped focus on him yet. I don't know if it will or not. Come up closer. Keep coming, keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. Right there. Hang there. I'm gonna refocus it so it gets you center frame. Yeah. All right, so there it is, a little jumpy, but that's all right. Come closer. Closer. Yeah, I wanna get you like full frame. There we go. That looks good. The GoPro died, so I'm gonna try to do this on my camera real quick. But what I was saying is, if you want to adjust your exposure or any of your settings on the iPad to compensate for the lack of light or too much light, you will have to stop recording in order to adjust it. Then you can start recording again. It won't let you do it. It won't let you adjust the settings while you're recording like you could, like just any normal camera. So I just wanted to point that out. But the GoPro's dead. We're almost back, so I'm just gonna get a couple more shots that I want of Guido. And I hope you guys enjoy the footage that I've been showing / will show. I'll probably throw in a cool little mini edit just to show the end product of what you can do with this semi-budget friendly camera that DJI released. And then I'll see you guys back in my editing room.
Bass hit your when the bass hit your face, you be like when the bass hit your face, you be like when the bass hit your face, you be like when the bass hit your face, you be like when the bass give me something that'll get the people. I got something that'll get the people. Give me something that'll get the people. I got something that'll get the people.
So all in all, do I think this is worth it? Yeah, absolutely, because the quality that you can get out of this little thing for the mainstream price that it is, absolutely. Like I was doing, right before filming this, I was doing rollers of my Exocart Miata, and I had my buddy Tegan driving my daily car with the chaser rig on it, and I was in the Miata with my phone on my little phone mount that I have in the car, and I was controlling it myself. So as I'm looking at the Osmo Pocket, I have my screen right here showing me, and all you do is just highlight yourself and let it do the rest. And like you can even see, the quality that this thing captures is absolutely insane. If I wanted to, I could literally just screenshot the video, and that in and of itself is a photo, which I haven't tested this feature for the Pocket for photos, because it can do photos as well. Look, there's a comparison. This is my phone. This is the Osmo Pocket. For this to put out quality of a lot of like your mainstream professional like cameras, like what I'm shooting on, it's insane. I'm very impressed with DJI for it. One thing I will be getting is there's this company called Movemax, whatever. I'm sure you guys have seen it on social media if you're on social media, but basically when you have your suction on your car, it's an arm that comes out. It's basically a mini chaser arm, like you see on like those big like cinema cameras where they have the giant arm hanging off the back of the car, and it's your Z-axis. So I eventually probably will get one of those, because those eliminate all your micro jitter from little bumps and stuff. They're around 150 bucks, I think. I just haven't ordered it yet because I've just been wanting to get a video out, because I've been getting so many DMs on Instagram being asked about what's your setup, how do you like it. I will be getting that Movemax mount. It'll probably be a little bit before I get it, but when I do, I may do a review on it. I think it's like, it takes 30 days from the time you order it for it to ship out to you. Like 30 days just for it to ship out. Not delivered, ship out. So that'll definitely be a down the road thing, but hopefully it'll give me more time for that to mess with this some more. Definitely gonna keep this in my arsenal, especially traveling and stuff, or just if I'm driving my car around and I see a cool location and I want to stop and shoot. Instead of pulling out my phone like I normally do, just pull this bad boy out, get 4K quality content. I can Bluetooth transfer it from here straight to my phone, edit it, and immediately upload it into social media. So it makes life super simple, and it gives you really good quality. So do I think the Pocket's worth it? Absolutely, if it's in your budget. But I would definitely recommend this to all levels of content creators, whether you're just on Instagram doing it for fun, whether you have a following and you're wanting to promote or put out like really top tier quality without having to always lug around a big camera like I do, or without having to use your phone, or even from a professional standpoint. I'm definitely gonna be using this. Like, I fly out tomorrow to go to Florida for the weekend, and this will be in my travel bag because I have a couple people wanting shoots. So I will be using this instead of hauling around my big A7 III and this guy, because this I would have to do a bigger bag or a second carry-on bag, where this, it's boom, I can take it on the plane with me. It's in my pocket, like, that's it. And then, I mean, obviously I'll have to carry this with me, which is a little bit bigger, but this, I would rather stuff this in my bag and this versus this, plus my big camera, plus my lens, plus my monitor. So it overall just makes my life easier. If you guys have any questions, go ahead, comment down below. I'll do my best to answer all of them. I hope this helped you deciding whether you think this is for you or not. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Everything that I have, I will have links in the description for you guys if you want to copy my setup. Hope you guys enjoy. See you in the next video.